creating a pendant.
The first thing that we're going to take a look at today is we're going to start with the basics of soldering. One of the types of setting that we'll be doing is bezel setting, so we'll just start with making a bezel. We're going to start by making a bezel for this little rose holly and agate. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we will mark out our bezel piece to go around it. We're going to use these calipers, which is a tool that is something that you will want to have for measuring many purposes in the process of making a piece of jewelry. And we're just going to measure the height of this stone just to find out what our edge of our bezel needs to be, which is right about there. And we're going to take this piece of 25 gauge silver and scribe a line along it. One of the reasons that I like the 25 gauge is that it's very, very easy to cut. So we can take our scissors. These are soldering snips here, but they work very nicely as scissors. And we'll cut our piece of bezel wire, just like that.
Creating a bail.
Okay, now we have our bezel in a polishing, ready to be polished. But we're going to actually make a piece of jewelry out of this. And the piece that we're going to make is just this very, very simple pendant. As you can see, I have a piece of silver here that has it's a little bit thicker gauge so that you have some nice wear on your pendant with the chain going through. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these round nose pliers and I'm actually going to take and bend this. One thing about silver is it's pretty pliable. I need a little encouragement from another pair of pliers. This is a pair of parallel pliers. They have a serrated edge. I like these. They also come with a smooth edge. I like these for gripping action. They also have a groove down the middle so I can hold wire and different products and grip them in here. But these are very, very handy. I'm just going to take these and bend my piece around. So now you can see we've got the beginning of a pendant bail. Okay, we've got a piece that I think is going to make a very nice piece of jewelry. So let's just do a little bit more finishing to it. I can see that as we formed the bail, there's a little bit of burr on the inside, and I'm just going to take a knife edge graver. This is, it's exactly like it says, just a knife edge graver that has kind of a sharp point to it, or a sharp blade to it. And you can take that inside and very easily remove that burr. Okay. All right, so we're ready to set. And as you can see, this stone is fitting really nicely down in there. Look at that. Nice, solid fit all the way around. We're going to have to do very little to actually set this. What we want to do is have it to where the edge just kind of rolls over the top of the stone. That's why we measured the piece to begin with. Get it just above that outer edge of the stone so we have a little bit of edge to grip it. Once it's done properly, it will never come out. Okay, this is what I call a prong pusher or a pusher, and I use this, has a nice flat edge, and I use this just to be able to push my edge over. Again, there's many different tools, many different ways of doing this. This is the one that I use the most, so that's the one that I will be showing you right now. Okay, so we're just going to push that edge. Okay, so now that we've got our piece finished to this point, we're going to go ahead and polish it. First thing we're going to do is turn the polisher on. This is the outside polish buff that we talked about previously. Use our compound. We're going to charge the buff and begin to polish. Want to be sure and hang on to your piece real good. This is turning at a real high revolution. So if it gets away from you, it'll fly and could do some damage. Just a nice even pressure over the whole piece. see here it's beginning to polish up real nicely. Silver takes a little less pressure than gold. It also gets a little bit hotter quicker, conducts heat very quickly. So you may need to back off from it a little bit. Your own sensing will tell you when it's too hot. Just kind of moving around it. The polish does not affect the stone. This stone is an extremely hard stone, but if you are polishing up against a pearl or mother of pearl, some of the softer stones, you want to be very careful because it can polish into the stone. Most of the stones you don't need to be concerned about. Okay, ready to put it in the ultrasonic. Turn it on, and we'll let it set for a few minutes and do its thing here. Okay, I think we're ready to take a look at it. It should be cleaned. You can look it over. If there's any of the polishing compound or any dirt that's left in it, you can take a fine toothbrush with some of your polishing solution, or cleaning solution, I'm sorry, that's in the ultrasonic, and you just kind of brush around it. At this point I'm going to use a steamer, but you can also use, just rinse it off, and that should be plenty good for it. Okay, now that I've cleaned my hands and got all the dirt cleaned out of the piece and my hands, obviously, we're going to go ahead and steam it off here. Okay, and that has removed all the debris, and now we have our beautiful finished pendant.